My name's Meg. As Zach mentioned, I'm here with my colleagues Willis and Mike. We're psyched to do a demo of our newest product. Willis is going to show you what it's like to get to market with a debit card program that you can design, build, launch, and scale all without talking to a salesperson.
We're going to go through the exact process you could go through in order to get something stood up and start testing with cardholders quickly. I'm going to grab my email verification link off screen. So obviously we're going to be dealing with people's, some financial information. So we've got some pretty strong authentication we have to go through. All right. And so with that, we're signed up. Probably the first thing you would do is pop in here, grab your API keys. If you have other people on your team that you want to work with, you can pop in and add additional members. But right now we have an empty account and we're in Sandbox. So I think the first thing we want to do is just get a sense for what the cardholder experience is going to look like and how we get people signed up. I'm going to go ahead and send Meg a text so that she can pull up a cardholder app and get started really quickly.
Open the link, go to test flight, install the app. So this is going to show what a cardholder sign-up flow looks like.
So even though this is Sandbox, this is the same experience that a potential cardholder could go through in the sign-up process in production. We take all this information and perform the KYC.
And then just like that, we're going to be issuing a card.
All right, so we're still in the same account here, and we can see that we now have a cardholder. If we want to do a bunch of testing with different sort of patterns or different types of workflows, we can start adding test transactions. We can see the card that we issued to Meg here in Sandbox and start really testing out what happens at different points in the process. Right now, I think what we're going to do is, since we want to move quickly, we're going to go ahead and start the process of getting into production. So if you have a lot of custom requirements, of course, there are people that you can speak to about that, but we're going to take the off-the-shelf implementation here. And we're going to need a bunch of information to make it through the process. The first of which is just sort of accepting the revenue and the sort of cost structure agreement. We're going to move ahead here. On this screen, we got to put in some actual people. We have a KYB process that runs on the back end here. You are required to put in real numbers. This wouldn't pass if I actually ran through it. We need to have contact information for your company. And at this point, it's going to text me a verification code just to make sure that this is a real number and we can reach you if we need to. And so we've got a few more steps to go through. So we can take a look at what the card design is going to look like. There's a couple off-the-shelf colors that you can choose from. We're partial to the white one, so that's what we're going to go with. If you have a logo, you can upload it here. You can see the back of the card image. At this point, I'm going to take the off-the-shelf stuff because, again, I want to move relatively quickly. Need to agree to a couple terms and agreements. And then the last thing you do before submitting your production application is we ask companies to put up $500 of what is essentially collateral into their account to make sure that we know that they'll be able to pay for their bills and all that stuff.
So here I'm back in my Apto demo app. This is actually the card that I now have. The credentials are blocked out, but you can see the last four are consistent. And really, we enable everything from adding money to your account. We support ACH transfers in, as well as debit card transfers. I have my debit card on file, and so I can add money here. Icing on the cake is really to show that this card is usable. So here you can see that it is deployed in my Apple Pay wallet. And so we're gonna buy Willis a t-shirt here. I'm gonna check out with Apple Pay, keep things easy. And then we'll be able to go back to the app, refresh it, and we'll see the transaction. And there it is. Success.
we can see the transaction that Meg just performed using her card. In keeping with our idea of what the, that we're trying to get into market relatively quickly, we're going to go ahead and use one of our APIs. We have the ability to sort of move funds using one of our APIs. There's a number of other endpoints that people can use. We have webhooks, a variety of other things that people can build upon. But this one's particularly interesting. So I've already got our authorization information put in. We've pulled the card holder or the card ID for Meg's card and our internal funding account that we control. And we can go ahead and add $20 to her account. That's basically, something you might do for a marketing incentive for people who complete their first purchase, is you'll credit their card with $20. And then we get back the response about the card and the new total balance. We flip back over to the panel and refresh.
You can also see that it's now in my app here.
We can see that we added $20 to our balance. And then hopefully we've, created a customer for life here.